Afternoon Live. It's two refreshing, no-cook summer dishes that will leave you feeling satisfied. Here to share how to whip up a delicious tomato and cantaloupe bread salad and gazpacho, we welcome plant-forward cooking instructor Lauren Chandler. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to get 2 for 1 today.
Yes.
This is great. So tell me about plant-forward cooking. What does that term mean?
Plant-forward is exactly what it sounds like, right? Putting plants at the center of the plate. So vegetables, fruits, nuts, grains, beans, seeds, and it's not only plants, it's not exclusionary, but it's putting them at the center. Evidence-based, we know that
all the
it's
good stuff.
for health
Yes.
and sustainability.
Okay, and tell me about the people that you teach with this kind of cooking.
Sure, I teach everyone, but I focus on employee wellness.
Okay.
And appreciation sometimes. So
That's
companies
great.
hire me to do fun classes where they get to learn all sorts of things that are going to make them feel good in their
Yes.
bodies and good for the planet.
More nutrients, more productive workers,
Yes,
and happier,
absolutely.
well-fed people. Okay, let's get into our recipes today. Where should we start?
Great, so I thought we would start with this gazpacho. Super simple, and it's inspired by a recipe by Anna Sortun,
Okay.
who is a chef back east, who is I used to work for.
Cool.
You can see that I'm putting these Sungolds.
The whole thing.
All of them.
Love that.
The calyxes are a little bit fragrant, and they also, there's really no reason to take them out. Why spend the time? They're not going to have a ton of flavor.
You're
so
speaking
it's
my
just,
language.
Yeah, you just give them
dump
a
'em
rinse,
in.
dump them in. And then we've got cantaloupe, which right now is coming in, and they are so delicious.
I love cantaloupe.
But sometimes the whole cantaloupe is just kind of a lot to get through.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is use half in the gazpacho and half in our bread salad.
Amazing. Look at that
So-
color.
I know it. And you can smell it
Beautiful.
already.
Yes.
So I'm going to cut down the sides, and I have my flat surface by cutting both ends
Okay.
off. And then what we'll do is cut it in half, scoop the seeds out, and just plop it in the blender.
Okay.
And there's so much liquid in the tomatoes and also in the cantaloupe that we don't
Sure.
even really need to add any liquid. So what I do is blend it all up and then check out the texture.
That makes sense.
And if you want to add something to thin it,
Okay.
a little bit of sparkling water can just, you can't even identify what's happening, but it
Sure.
just gives it a little bit of a something.
There's a little tingle in there
There's a little
somewhere.
something. And we're also going
Funny.
to brighten it up. It's pretty bright already, but
Yeah.
a little bit of lemon juice. We want some acid in there.
Okay.
And then add some olive oil and some salt, and that is it.
Beautiful.
So I'll slice down the center and remove the seeds.
What a great way to get the most out of your fruit, too.
And this is so ripe that I can just
Oh, amazing.
put it right in. And
There
then
we go.
what I'll do, get our lemon in here, roll it a bit just to get the juices flowing.
Okay.
And then I like to just use a fork.
Oh, nice.
And you know, if you could use vinegar too.
Okay.
And because we do have tomatoes that are acidic, it'll
Sure.
vary. You know,
Okay.
the recipe is more of a template.
Right. That
so
makes sense.
We're going to add some olive oil. Do you want to add?
Oh, sure.
Let's
Put me to
start
work.
with about half of that.
Okay.
That should probably be good. And I'm going to add a nice pinch of salt.
Okay.
Not to make it salty, but to bring out all the other
That makes sense. We're good. We're
Spillage,
good. We're
spillage.
still alive here.
All right.
That was nothing.
And here we go.
Yay!
I have been called Julia Child in the past.
This is
I
an
mean,
exciting
there's
dish, I
some
must say.
serious shoes to fill.
Okay.
But, you know. And then from here, like I said, you could add to thin it, you could add some sparkling
Okay.
water, or you could even add some bread to thicken it. A lot of gazpachos do have bread as an
interesting.
ingredient.
Okay.
So the other thing you could do, for the sake of time, I think we'll
Sure.
pass, but we could strain this.
Okay.
And then you could just use a little spoon or a big sieve over
sure.
a bigger bowl, and that makes it even smoother.
Amazing. Look at this.
The color
Oh my
is
gosh,
so
that
stunning.
looks amazing.
And then if you want to garnish it, I like to put it in the fridge to cool
Okay.
it down a bit.
Yeah.
Not that it's hot, but to make it real cold. And then, do you like breadcrumbs?
Of course. Of
Do
course.
you like herbs?
All of the
Yeah,
things.
it's all good.
Just go for it with
Just
whatever
go for it.
your whimsy
parsley, mint,
Okay,
basil. You
I
could
love
put some
that.
capers. If you wanted to thicken it and you don't eat bread,
Oh,
you
okay.
could use beans.
Okay,
and
sure.
You could either blend them or put whole beans in.
Can you give us a quick rundown, since we're running out of time, of
Yes.
the basics of the bread salad?
Sure, we're doing it. So we've got
If you give us the 1-minute version.
the 1-minute version. Bread, tomatoes,
Ooh, those look gorgeous.
onions, and some capers or
Oh,
olives.
yummy. Okay.
Olive oil.
Can I dive in and taste this guy while we're putting that
Please
together? I gotta
do.
see
Yeah.
what we're working with here.
Some
after
lemon
we've
juice.
Blended that so beautifully. That is so
Getting
nice. The melon and the tomato somehow work perfectly together, even though you wouldn't instantly imagine those flavors
Yes, they
marrying
do.
in that way.
And then we're using the same ingredients in
Okay.
here. So you're getting the twofer.
That's so cool.
And then you just do a little of this action and
And then kind of a similar garnish to your heart's delight with
yeah,
anything
exactly.
else that you...
Definitely herbs. We're not going to
Look
get
how
to chop
yummy
them up
that
today,
is.
but
Yeah.
they are
That's a great
gonna
place
be
to
really
start, though.
bright.
And then you can kind of choose your own adventure with anything else that you have on hand, or if you're serving guests, what their favorite things are, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Great
Thank you.
ideas, great stuff. Oh, that was so yummy. We'll have these recipes and more about Lauren on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this. Great job.